Look at this. Look at all these eggs. How to use my kid's Halloween bucket. Don't forget, we are in Maine, so with all that snow and melt and then snow again, there's some poopy on them. The ducks, by the way, this is a duck egg. They'll just like roll them around and get them filthy. The only clean duck egg that I got is because I literally pretty much caught it right after it came out of the duck. But yeah, look at this. I am overflowing with egg. Look, there's more. I had a pot that the plant died and I just scooped out all the dirt so I can or soil so that I can replant something in here. And I ended up using it as a place to put more eggs. I'm going to need to do some water glassing soon. And I'm hoping that I get a freeze dryer because I would love to freeze dry some of these eggs. It is Miss Toffee's birthday! Huh. You're 4 years old? You got your bone? You an old girl now? Now that you're 4? You say happy birthday, Toffee. Happy birthday! Alright, you guys, I know I'm late to the party, and you guys are probably sick of hearing about the egg issue. Yes, hello, Goosey Goose. I'm going to bring up a few points that I didn't hear anyone else talk about. Switch to this. Pooling grain layer pellets. Switched to there. This is crack corn. And switched to the rabbit feed. Because the rest of that. So I switched the rabbit feed because even though rabbits do slow down in the winter too, and I do raise mine in a colony. Here comes the guineas. They have not given me any kids since the summer, so no babies since the summer. Here's my rooster that got stuck with the ducks in the Arctic thing, so he's got a little bit of frostbite on his comb. That'll fall off soon. Hi, Goosey Goose. Alright, so yeah, so like I said, they're not. Now I heard some pigs farmers say that they weren't getting any little piglets too because of the feed they were on. So now that we switched feed, let's see what happens for you guys, huh? You guys have made all kinds of tunnels in here now. So I'm waiting on them. They're going to be longer to see if there's anything different because it takes 21 days at least for them to have anything, so. And I'm only down to just breeders with them. So, what you got today for eggs? Hello? Yes, hello? You guys are going to need some more shit. I'm putting a fake egg in here because I still have an egg beater up. Apparently, we like it. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show you off how you like your nest. What do you have under here for me? Oh, look at this. Very nice. Thank you. Put them down here for now. What else we got? Okay. Look, a little poop on that one. You're very noisy. Yes. I already picked up some this morning, so we didn't get too many today. But this is still much better than the 0 and 1, and I think I definitely need new shavings in here. So I'm gonna go get to do that now, and I need to bring in some wood. So I will talk to you all later. Alright, we got some fresh new stuff on here. I didn't quite have enough, so they're gonna have to wait till Wednesday. But we got new stuff down, so now they can feel more comfortable laying. They'll kick all this stuff around themselves, but the nesting boxes. By the way, I had to write fake eggs on those because the light in here is awful, as you can see from the camera quality. And I kept bringing in the fake eggs thinking that they were real because I couldn't see. Not really paying attention. Oh man, I just can't get a good angle. Hi everyone, welcome to Summer Farms, where we do some of this and some of that. I'm Heather, and I'm sorry to do the introduction earlier. I thought I could talk and work at the same time, but I guess I need like a GoPro or I don't know, something else, because that just wasn't happening. So now that all the animals are taken care of for the afternoon and the kiddos are still taking a nap, here's my egg story. And just I'm gonna skim through this as quick as I can because I don't want to beat a dead horse or anything. But here's my experience with everything. So way back, a few months ago, maybe a little bit of November, definitely December, definitely January. My chickens are only giving me like an egg a day if I'm lucky. Maybe, 2 if I was really lucky. And I'm like, what's going on here? Because remember the funky weather? Yeah, well, I got behind on butchering, so the least, on my plate was the chickens. So if I had to overwinter some of the older chickens and even some of the roosters and stuff, I was just going to have to do it. And then on top of it, there was a flock that was like abandoned, and the girlfriend left the boyfriend and left all her chickens there and whatever, just up and took off, and the boyfriend wanted nothing to do with it because that was his girlfriend's and whatever. So I took in that whole flock. So I had an extra flock plus all my extras, my extra older chickens, because yes, I sorry, this is a functioning farm. They're not pets. This is not a sanctuary. I do process when they're old, and my extra roosters. So I have a lot more chickens, and yes, roosters don't lay eggs, but I still had a lot more hens. So why was I getting less than I was, the year before? Well, I had come across a couple YouTubers that were, mentioning this very same problem. And probably, unfortunately, the first YouTubers that I heard this from, or actually the first YouTuber that I heard this from, it kind of falls into this drama with another YouTuber, and with, the whole Tractor Supply drama. I mean, with all that stuff, I'm not going to give my opinion on that there. So I was just like, oh, okay, for whatever reason they have it out for Tractor Supply. So I just kind of paid no attention to it and just kind of tuned it out and, kept on trying to find videos that were, more helpful. There's my phone. So, I paid my own mind to it, and I was just like, wow, it just must must really be this funky weather. Well, it kept going, and I kept hearing more and more and more people complaining the same thing that I was complaining about. And on top of it, I was like, my rabbits haven't had any babies, not even any, tries, nothing, since like summer. I'm like, well, that's really weird. And I did get to butcher all them down to just my breeders. Usually when I overwinter animals, they are strictly only my breeders. Because, we're in Maine, the snow is covered, and I have to pay feed, to feed them through the winter. So it makes no sense for me to pay for feed that, I don't need to. They're not going to produce, what I need them to. So I keep my layers and my breeders over winter, and that's it. So I was down to, just the breeders for the rabbits, and I was just like, this just doesn't make any sense. And, I know, I only kept, the one buck that, was older, and everyone else was newer. So, even any first-time moms, nope, nothing. So, okay. So I'm starting to, think in my head, maybe there's something to this. So then I go back and I look at my notes. And yes, I keep notes. So I know every day exactly how many eggs I'm getting. So here are my notes. So this is how I know that the feed, there was something wrong. Because this is 2003, so this year, and this is my first year records for 2022. The printer was losing ink, so it's not even the camera. It's just not going to show up very good, so you're going to have to take my word for it. But 2022. So I keep track. I write down every single day how many eggs I get. This is how I keep track of everything, okay? So I just started last year, so there was when I was setting this up and everything like that, there was a brief little couple weeks here where I did not keep track because I was setting it up. So I just kind of guesstimated about 3 dozen or whatever. But the important part is, so look at this. We have 6, 7, 3, 6, 3, a bunch of 3s, some 4s, some 2s, a lot more 4s, 3s, and for a total of about 85 eggs last year in January. Now what I do not have and I do not keep track of is how many chickens I had, but I will say I definitely have a lot less chickens last year because I was on top of it and I only kept my breeders through winter. So there was, I don't know how many, but probably at least half of what I have now. Now this year I took on an abandoned flock, and plus I got behind in butchering because of the funky weather, so I have probably double, just guessing, double, because like I said, I do not, unfortunately, I probably should keep track of how many chickens I have, but there's probably at least double. Ducks are not laying, and I kind of didn't think that they would start until the spring, so I wasn't too worried about this, but this column I was extremely concerned for. We have 2, we have 1, a bunch of 0s, bunch of 1s, and 1 day of 4. I don't know what happened this day, but 1 day I had 4 eggs. Everything else is 0, bunch of 0s, bunch of 1s, and just a few 2s, and 1 3. 2 3s, and that's it. So for a total, that whole month, and I faithfully kept track, for 39 eggs for the whole month of January versus about 85 for the whole month of January in 2022. Hold on, buddy. So, as you can see in my note here, if you can read it, I'm starting to realize that what they're saying about the food, please don't. Sorry about that. that what they're saying about the food is, starting to be correct. So, I switched feeds. And actually, I think the only reason why I got 3 over here is because I accidentally got a bag of puppy chow. And I started giving them puppy chow. And while I was researching new food and where to get it. So let's look. Oh, let's look at February. February 1st, switched to Poulin to see if that would change the egg production. We should know in about a week, according to what everyone else was saying. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Day 3. 7 eggs. And every once in a while I do write down weather stuff. Look at that. Negative 50-degree weather with the wind chills. We had an Arctic chill that came through on the 3rd of February. But yeah, I got 7 eggs that day when I was getting 0 and 1s the month before. Again, with more chickens, that doesn't seem right. Honestly, I didn't expect to get any eggs this day. But I got 7. And then we go back to 3, and then 5, 4, and then on the 7th day, so exactly 1 week, 13 eggs and 4 duck eggs. And like I said, I really honestly didn't expect them to start laying until spring. February is not spring. Definitely not in Maine. And then, then it goes just up from there. 8, 12, 15, 10, and we're getting, we're starting to get duck eggs. There's 1, then a couple days with nothing, then 3, and then kind of consistently laying. Day 19, I actually had exactly 22 eggs, which was perfect for the incubator. Those are all in the incubator now. And then these, I just collect them throughout the day because it does get cold. I just made another winter note down here. So again, we're still negative degree temperature at night, but yet we're still getting all these eggs. 20 eggs yesterday and 2 duck eggs. Yeah. Yep. It's the feed. So I don't want to beat a dead horse here or anything, but I did want to make a couple of points. And, those points are, 1, to definitely still be mindful of what others are doing, but don't just jump on the bandwagon. Just be mindful of your own situation, and just kind of assess, are things working for you? Are they not? Do you maybe need to make some changes? Are things going good, but you think maybe they could be better? Just assess. Don't just jump on it. Stay away from drama, just be mindful. So be mindful. What I wanted to make is kind of for all those people out there who were putting other people down, that were questioning the same thing I was and saying, well, I have no problem. It's just winter. Chickens, they slow down and some even stop during winter. Well, yes, thank you. This is not my first time owning chickens. Thank you for that. For those of us who have owned chickens for a long time, and maybe if you didn't, if there's a problem, you need to fix it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, thank you for putting your information out there for any of those who didn't know that chickens slow down or stop during winter. But for those of us who do and did see the problem, especially for those of us who track it, not helpful. So thanks, but no thanks. So don't be one of those people. Maybe they had the best intentions, but it definitely didn't come across that way. So, there may be some times on your, journey where, it doesn't even have to be with farming. Maybe it's gardening, maybe it's homeschooling, maybe it's something else, where you might be like, well, this isn't working. Or, like I have been working, but you could do something better. So if that's you, then sit back, assess, and problems, then don't fix what ain't broke. And if you were one of those people that were downing other people, shame on you, especially if you meant to be doing it that way. So I hope everyone learns from this lesson. And one more thing that I have to keep reminding myself to is that even though I think I'm prepared and ahead, there seems to be always something that pops up that I'm just like, oh, I didn't think about that. So, for example, with this egg situation, I water glassed eggs last year. I have a video at least mentioning it. And I went through it like that because, well, first of all, it was first year, so I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of eggs if, it turned out I didn't like it. But now I know, so now I know to be prepared. So I went through those eggs like that. And the last, point that I will just mention quickly is some people are keeping track of different prices of things in the store, and eggs seems to be definitely one of them. That's a common, let's keep track of this. And I noticed someone posted on Facebook the other day that, eggs were so expensive here, and now all of a sudden, she went back to the store a couple days later, and now they're dropped by almost $5. This was for, I think a pack of 36 eggs or something like that. It dropped $5 in the course of a couple days. And she's like, there's no reason for this. And I had posted on there that it's probably because, they, had this issue, with the feed for all of us backyard, egg layer people. And, now we all fixed it, or at least the most of us have all fixed it, and all of our hens are, laying plenty of eggs again, so now they're going to drop the prices, thinking that, us, backyard egg seller people are going to, just drop our prices to, undercut what they're doing. No, we're not. I'm not. It takes a lot of work still, to do that. This is not a factory farming. This isn't just, sitting hens in cages and having them pop out little eggs as they roll down the belt. No. I feed them better than that stuff that they feed them in those factory farms. They can get natural, bugs and everything else that they eat. Worms and, I, do the mealworms for them. No. Sorry. I have plenty of eggs now. I'm back to selling some of the eggs. I will be water glassing some. I have the eggs in the incubator, so in a few weeks, I should have little babies. I'm really excited for that. Chick fever started early this year, let me tell you that. Oh yeah. And we started some spring crafting, so hopefully, like they say, if you build it, they will come. Well, if we start doing it, maybe spring will come. Hoping. We got some of our winter sewing up over here. Alright guys, that's it. I will see you on the next video. Bye.